Welcome back to the Slayer Day podcast. As you all know, and as you saw in the last episode, I have revealed the big announcements, and that is that I'll be competing in my very first fitness competition in just a few weeks. In the next 4 to 5 weeks here, very, very exciting. I will be competing in the WBFF, which is the World Beauty, Fitness, and Fashion. And I'm so excited to share with you all of the fitness hacks that I swear by, and also what I'm doing to prep because it is something completely new. And as you guys know, I love doing things out of my comfort zone. I love pushing myself to the limit to see what I'm capable of. It's why I competed in Mrs. International. It's why we have this podcast today, why I wrote my book. Like there's so many things that I feel like in this lifetime we are so wildly capable of, but unless we go after them, we will never truly know our full potential. So I love doing these things to push myself out of my comfort zone, see what I'm capable of, and go for it. Why not? I'm so excited to share with you today some of the few fitness hacks that I've been using and also answer your questions, your top questions answered that I've been getting along this journey. So today's a little bit of a fitness Q&A, a health, a fitness, a wellness Q&A in preparation for this journey, because as I've been just sprinkling it in and sharing with you guys what I'm doing, I've been getting a lot of questions, and I'm going to answer here live, and I'm going to read the questions so you guys can see, like, what am I doing? How am I preparing? And these questions are coming from you. These are questions coming from Instagram and Facebooks and DMs that I've been getting in preparation for this competition. So let's dive into the questions. The first question that I got are, where are my macros at? Now, for those of you who don't know what macros are, it's simply just the proteins, carbs, and fats that I'm eating in a day. Now, I've never tracked macros before. Like, I remember past trainers were telling me to track, and I dreaded doing it because it's just a pain in the butt to like get on your phone and open up the app and like log everything in. And really, it's like you have to weigh it and you have to get down to, I weigh in grams more so than anything else. I guess also like cups. I've been doing that too. But where are my macros at? So my macros were at just a week and a half ago, 1560. So 1,560 calories per day. And now that we're getting closer to competition, they were just lowered and they're at 1480. Now, I feel like although it's not a big 100-calorie difference, I'm still feeling it. And in the course of weighing things out and seeing what other foods I can eat in bulk, that's really helping because you're not just like sitting there eating a bag of chips. You're not just sitting there and eating a bunch of, I don't know, like chocolate chips or chocolate. Like, I mean, in the past, I would go into my freezer, I would open it up, I would get, one or two little chocolate squares, and I wouldn't count it. I wouldn't even care about the calories. But now, because we're getting really close to competition, I have to count everything. So that being said, the macros are really, really important, and you want to get it down to the gram what you're eating. So the crazy thing is, in the morning when I'm getting my cottage cheese, for example, I'm weighing it on a scale. And if it's like 101 or 102, I'm putting it back into the carton because it has to be exact. It has to be precise. So down to the berry, down to the blueberry or the raspberry. And it's something that's, again, it's totally different for me because I've never tracked macros like this before, but it's also very interesting to see how my body's changing, how the definition in my body is really becoming more exaggerated. So it's really, really amazing. I already thought this before, I did this competition, that our bodies are, especially women's bodies, are so amazing. I've seen my body have two beautiful, healthy babies. I've seen my body, gain weight in that process and be able to like feed and sustain my two boys. I've seen my body, go through cardio phases and weight training phases. And this is just so different. And I don't know. It's something that, again, like, to each their own, but it's been really amazing to see how my body's changing and evolving, and not just on a scale, but like how I see different muscle definition come through. Or I am also just completely like, my mind is blown to see how much I'm capable of, how much I can lift, how much my body is recovering, like how much my body is really just able to do, because I've never pushed my body to this level before. So anyway, all of that to be said, right now currently I'm at 1480 in my macros, and again, as we get closer a couple weeks out, it's going to change again. But one of the big questions that I got are, what are your macros? Where are you at? And by the way, if I'm looking and I'm breaking down the exact macros, because those are just calories, I'll tell you my exact macro breakdown, because that's important too. So, oh, another question that I got is, where do I track? So where do I track my macros? I track them in MyFitnessPal. Amazing app. Pretty much I'm eating pretty consistently like the same foods, so it keeps track of everything. But to share with you my exact macros, I'm at 30% carbs, 35% fat, and 35% protein. That's where I'm at right now. That's what my coach has me at. So some days, like I'm looking at yesterday, and I was actually over, like 7% over in my protein macros. I was under in my carbs, and I was just under 31% in my fat. So tracking helps. Like, tracking is the thing that like literally keeps you on track with where you need to be. And I love that MyFitnessPal, I don't know if you guys can see that, but with MyFitnessPal, it tells you like foods highest in carbohydrates, foods highest in fat, foods highest in protein. So it really gives you a good gauge of like what you can eat more of, what you should be eating less of, and where you can kind of move the food items that you're eating to fit the plan that you're on. And again, I'm not going to stay here forever. It just so happens to be that this is where I'm at now for this stage and this phase of the competition. So that's where I'm at with my macros. Everyone is talking about soursop, the tropical superfruit with superpowers. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, listen in. If you suffer from inflammation, digestive issues, low energy, or low immune health, there's nothing else like soursop to help your body feel its best. But the soursop fruit is almost impossible to source in the US. So Soursop Nutrition is on a mission to bring you a selection of expertly formulated supplements that give you the benefits of soursop hassle-free. The Soursop Cell Plus Immunity Gummies are gluten-free, non-GMO, and low-carb, and they're a favorite in my house. We also love their shake boosts, which come in 4 flavors, including 2 delicious fall favorites, pumpkin and apple. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I love adding the shakes into my smoothies, and we even add them to our big treats for the kids, and they love baking with me. They're great for gut health, are full of fiber, and help balance blood sugars, making it a natural weight management aid. Who doesn't love that? The shakes are also 0 sugar, low carb, and gluten-free. Place your first order today and enjoy 20% off with code SANDY20, or use the link in the show notes. The next question that I got was, how much am I working out each day? Okay, so I am doing anywhere from an hour to about an hour, and I would say 20 minutes of weightlifting. So this is going to tie into another question that I got, which is like, what am I working out to? My trainer has her own app that she sets up for me every single week, where I follow along with the body groups. So let's see, yesterday was upper body, the day before that was glutes, today was lower body. So every day is changing. But in addition to my weight training, I'm also doing anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes of cardio. So she just switched me from like walking cardio, which is where you guys have seen me on an incline, walking with like a weighted vest or walking with ankle weights, from like 30 to 40 minutes to now doing sprints. And obviously, I can't do sprints while I'm working on my computer. So that's going to change things up a little bit. But I did have, and you guys have seen this on Instagram, I do have a desk, like a Peloton acrylic desk that just goes on top so I can walk and I can work and I can get things done and be able to smart multitask. And sometimes what I do is like, I'll just go outside and walk with the kids around the park. But now that sprints are involved, I'm not a big runner. Like I really have never loved running. But now we're incorporating 20 to 30 minutes of that into the routine. So about an hour and 15 minutes of weight training a day, and then 20 to 40-ish minutes on the cardio a day. And it is intense. Another question that I have from you guys here is when am I working out? So when am I working out? I do my weight training first thing in the morning. And the reason why I do this first thing in the morning is because it's when I have the most energy. I'm the most rested. I have done the flip side, which is try and work out at nights. And you guys, I am exhausted. My body's ready for bed. Like I work and perform best in the morning. And I never thought I would say that because I never used to be a morning person. However, now the lifestyle that I have, I'm most awake, most productive, strongest, I feel like, in the morning because that's when I'm well rested. I have more energy, it feels like to me, versus at the end of the day when I'm like, my energy's spent, I'm exhausted, I'm ready for bed, I'm getting the kids ready for bed. There's more to do. Like my life is just, it's busier on the tail end of the day than on the beginning. And then another question that I got was, for the time wise, like I wake up at between 5 and 5:15, and then I'm working out between 5:30 and 5:45. So that's the time that I work out. And honestly, it's the best time for me because my kids are still asleep. Nobody else is up in the house, and I can literally go downstairs. This is another question. I can go downstairs to my home gym. I can work out. I can get it in, get it done, and be done with it for the morning. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll work out, do my weight training in the morning, take the kids to school, put my acrylic work desk on top of my Peloton, and then finish the second rounds of my workouts, which is the walking before even noon, like between 10 and 11, let's say. But I'm working and walking and I can smart multitask while I'm doing this. So all that being said, I get really, really tired at night, and I've done the walking at night and I've done the weight training at night, and my body hates me for it. So I really, really, really enjoy working out in the morning and getting it over with. Like they say, eat that frog, do the hard thing first. So that's what I've been doing. That's when I work out between 5:30 and 5:45, and then waking up at between 5 and 5:15. And another question that I got with that, along with my my workouts, is am I eating anything before my workouts? Now, this is just me personally. I know everybody is different. I work out fasted. So because I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm not drinking coffee yet. I try and wait an hour to an hour and a half, even 2 hours to have my coffee. So if I'm waking up at 5, I don't typically have my coffee until like 7:30, 7:15 or 7:30, because I go through my entire workout. I do drink, however, my BCAAs, which is the branch chain amino acids, which allow me to not get sore. And I'm taking creatine. I put that in my coffee in the morning, and that helps with muscle recovery and soreness, and helping you to lift heavier and to build muscle mass. So the BCAAs is the only thing I drink in the morning if I'm really, really hungry and I feel like I need a little bit more strength to get through my workouts. I have an Orgain. There's one that's a 20 grams of protein. There's another one that's a 30. I have both. And I'll just have one of those during the workout, but I don't eat before my workout. And I know that there's a lot of people that are like, well, I'll have like a rice cake with some honey or some peanut butter. I don't. I feel like I perform better where I'm doing it fasted, and then I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry after that workout, and that's when I have my breakfast. Which brings me to the next question that you guys have asked me, which is what am I eating for these meals? Like, what am I eating? How am I, like, why one thing versus another? And I'm going to answer this question, but before I do, I have a very, very special giveaway. So, as you guys know, every single morning I take my sour sop gummies. Now, I just don't take these. My husband, my kids take these. Friends come over and I give these out literally like candy because that's what they taste like. But these are cell and immunity gummies. And because soursop is on my journey of helping me become not only, and also, by the way, you guys, what I love about soursop is it curbs those cravings. Like, it curbs the cravings that I have for sugar, that I have for the sweets. I have a sweet tooth. Like, I admittedly say, like, having a sweet tooth is one of my weaknesses. But when I take my soursop, that it's like I don't have to worry about that, because with the cell immunity, with the nutrients that are in the soursop gummies. By the way, there's not just gummies, there's also powders where they make pumpkin, and we've got apple and chocolate, but I'm out of chocolate because I ate it all, drank it all. With the soursop, it's going to, let me put this over here. It's going to curb those cravings for you. So if you worry about your kids having too much sugar or you having too much sugar, like, this is what you need to be taking, because this is going to curb those cravings for you. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you snag yourself some soursop. By the way, okay, are you guys ready for the most amazing giveaway? What we're going to be doing, soursop and I have teamed up to do a starter kit giveaway. Okay, what is in a starter kit giveaway? I'm so happy you asked. It is one bottle of the soursop nutrition gummies plus 2 of the soursop boost. So apple, pumpkin, chocolate. You guys, the way that you enter this competition, the way that you enter this giveaway is you subscribe to the Slayer Day podcast. You subscribe here on YouTube, okay? And you comment below and you write the word subscribed. That's how we're going to know that you entered. So you have to subscribe to the channel and then comment below and let me know. And then you will be entered for a chance to win the soursop starter giveaway, your gummies, your immunity shakes. And you guys, like, no better time to do this than right now, before the holidays, before Thanksgiving, before Christmas and Hanukkah, and all the food and the treats and the desserts and the craziness of the holiday comes. So comment below, comment subscribe, or I subscribed, and of course subscribe to the podcast. And I'm going to be giving away, soursop and I are going to be giving away to one lucky winner the soursop starter kit. And by the way, if you want extra entries, tag 3 friends below and you'll get 5 additional entries for tagging friends as well. So that is the giveaway that I wanted to share with you. Okay, now back to our regular programming. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you is that with my meals, because I am weighing everything, measuring everything, tracking everything, what you find is that there's some foods that you can eat in bulk that are super, super low in calories, but you could eat pretty much as you want because they don't have a lot of calories. I'm going to tell you what these foods are, because I've been working through all of this and now I've seen the foods that I can add, the foods that are going to give me more volume and not so many calories. And it doesn't feel like you're starving yourself. You actually feel full. You feel like you have energy. And I don't know about you ladies, but like, oh my gosh, I hate the feeling of being bloated after a meal. Like, that's one of the worst things. I take digestive enzymes, and like, the problem was I was eating too much. Even though I was eating healthy, I was still eating too much. I have not felt this way since I've been tracking my macros and eating the right amount of food and the right foods. So let me share with you the foods that I've been loving that have also been loving me back because my body's agreeing with them. So these are things like spinach. You could take handfuls of spinach and literally it's like 10 calories, 50 calories. It's nothing. So spinach, cauliflower, zucchini, onions. What else am I loving? Cottage cheese is good, a little bit higher in fat, but it's a good protein to have that you can mix in there. Your berries, another great one. And then also yogurt. So instead of just like diving in and taking a handful of candy or chocolate at night, what I've been doing is getting like the 90 calorie Oikos high protein yogurts, using those, putting a little bit of, it could be a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of granola, some fruit in there, and I'm eating it. It's something sweet and it's filling because I'm eating a full, I don't want to say carton, but it's like a full serving of yogurt versus just chocolate. And then you're going off the charts because you're eating like a whole candy bar of chocolate. Okay. So these are things that I'm finding that like really make a big difference. These little small tweaks. Egg whites instead of the full egg. I had another question that was somebody submitted. They were saying like, why do you eat the egg whites and not the full egg? Well, to my calculations, a full egg white, or I'm sorry, a full egg is around 72 calories versus an egg white is around 17. So for me, I rather go with like 2 egg whites and 1 full egg than 3 eggs where it's more calories, more fats, and have more on my plate, have more variety on my plate. I'll have 3 sausage links, which is like, I don't know, 150 calories. Actually, I'll tell you because I track it every morning. So for my breakfast, okay, this is my breakfast breakdown. 3 sausage links comes out to 120 calories. 1 full egg is 72 calories. 2 egg whites are 34 calories. Okay, for two egg whites. The coffee that I drink is 7 calories. 7 calories for 6 fluid ounces. And then the creamer for a tablespoon is 20. So I could even do like a half of a tablespoon. Then on top of that, this was from yesterday, one Orgain, which was 130 calories. That was my breakfast. My lunch, I did an organic stir fry blend, which was 145 grams, 43 calories. That is a lot, you guys. That's a lot to 145 grams, only 43 calories. That's pretty good. White rice, tiny, tiny little bit. I just did a fourth of a cup, 46 calories. Organic ground turkey, 151 calories. Okay. That was for 95 grams versus the day before when I had grounds beef at 87 grams, which was 184 calories. So you kind of start to play with like the food and see what's, adding up and what's better for you. So that was my lunch. And then I had some dipping sauce in there. So my lunch was 267 calories. My dinner, I had a cup of mushrooms, a cup of zucchini, 53 grams of onion, ground turkey, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of that. And that whole dinner was under 300 calories, 290 calories. So you guys, I'm saying this because I have lived my whole life with not counting macros. I'm not an avid believer in that in the day-to-day. I'm prepping for something that is a completely new goal, right? Out of my comfort zone, something that I've never done before. So sometimes, most of the time actually, in order to get to a goal that you've never had before, you have to do things that you've never done before. And in my case, it's more cardio, it's more weightlifting, it's tracking food and macros, right? So like, is it going to be perfect the first time? Probably not, but I'm doing something. I'm creating new habits and new opportunities because to me, this is just the start of new opportunities that are going to open up that are on this new journey, right? So I'm learning, I'm evolving, I'm growing, and I encourage you to do the same. And I would love for you to comment below and let me know one scary, exciting, big, juicy goal that you have for yourself. It could be within the next year. It could be with it before the end of this year, which is not very long. But all that being said is there's going to be new obstacles. There's going to be new roadblocks. There's going to be learning and learning curves. And I'm here for it all. Like, it will never be perfect, but I will always strive to have the best version of myself. And I really encourage you guys to do that too. So if you are up for the challenge, comment below and let me know what you're going after. It could be spending more time with your kids, which means you got to alter your schedule. It could be hitting a certain goal, a monetary number in business for yourself. It could be with fitness. It could be anything. That's the point. It doesn't, your goals and my goals don't have to be the same, but I really, really highly encourage you all to pick something. Go after a goal that you have for yourself. Challenge yourself, because when you do it and when you start hitting these smaller milestone goals, you're going to blow your own mind and you're going to realize how capable you are, which opens up a whole other Pandora's box of opportunities. So that's why I'm having this conversation with you today. Not to say, look at me, I'm doing this. I'm telling you this because it opens up so much opportunity, so much growth, so much potential, and we are all wildly capable of it. It's just a matter of if you're willing to go for it or not. So that's my little spiel on this. Again, so many more questions. I'm going to go through a couple more, but these are the things that I think are really, really important, are the goal setting, believing in yourself. Like, you've got to believe in yourself that you can do it, right? And as a matter of fact, I wanted to share with you my thought process through this, because in the beginning, it's kind of like this, right? Like, you're excited and then you're scared and then you're worried and then you're happy and you can't wait. My journey was like, it started off really like I was so excited. And then I started getting a little scared and I started talking to my trainer and I was like, I don't know if I can get to this goal because it seems like it's so far out of reach. And she's like, trust the process. This is why you hire trainers. This is why you hire coaches, because I have not done this before. And she's telling me, Sandi, trust the process. This is part of the process. And in this conversation, she said, if you thought you could do this, the goal would have been too easy. If this is something that you could walk into and say, like, I've got this, I can do it, it seems attainable, the goal wasn't big enough, which is what I tell you guys all the time. And I tell myself, my boys and my family, like, I don't want to go after goals that are just easy, because it's not really, at that point, there's no growth there. So it's been this like roller coaster of I'm excited, I can't wait, to, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Can I do this? To I'm freaking proud of you. Like, I'm proud of myself for doing this. And there's nights when I'm like, you know what? I know I'm at my macros and I gotta just walk away or have a cup of tea at night. I think it was 2 nights ago, my dessert, because I was at my macros, was tea and just like a scoop of peanut butter, because I had a little bit more protein that I could hit for the day. And that was it. And I was okay with it because I'm like, this is the new part of me that's evolving. This is the new version of me that's going to come on the other side of me staying committed to my goals. So that's what I'm hoping when you hear this. Not that you have to enter a fitness competition or a beauty competition or whatever. It's just getting uncomfortable and becoming comfortable in the uncomfortable, that you're pushing, that you're going, that you're reaching for something new. I hope that this is inspiring you. So again, like, who knows where this is going to go after these next few weeks? But my goal for you is that you put something on your radar that you can get excited for, that you can be a little bit scared of. And it gets you out of that comfort zone to look and to see what you're wildly capable of. Okay, on to the next few questions. So another question that I have is, how much water am I drinking? So I carry these waters around with me like it's my job. I would say right now I'm about at 2 of these a day. It's really, really hard for me to drink water. I fill these up with salt water so I can have some more taste to it, or I'll put in some berries or pineapple or watermelon or mint just to kind of flavor it up and give it some more flavor so it tastes good and not just bland and, boring water. So I try and mix that up a little bit, but water is a really, really big component to this. I'll do another video once we get closer on the, the week out, which is what they call peak week. And I'll be doing that, in a couple weeks now. But for now, 2 to 3 of these a week, which is like a lot of water for me. Going from not even one of these to like really focusing on water is a big deal for me. So that's where I'm at with the water. Another question that I have is, when is the competition? So the competition is December 6th. It's the first weekend in December. And I'm doing this with one of my close girlfriends. This is what I love about aligning yourself with other women that don't necessarily have the exact same goals as you, but they want to push themselves to do something completely out of their comfort zones. And I told one of my best girlfriends, Natalie, shout out to Natalie, that I wanted to do this competition. And I asked her if she would be willing and if she wanted to go on board with me and do this, and she was like, let's do it. So the really cool thing is that my trainer Amanda and one of my best girlfriends Natalie, we're all going to be in Atlantic City together for this competition, and it's the first weekend in December, and we're going to make it like this girls weekend. And the really cool thing about this competition in particular is that because it is fitness and fashion, there's a gown component to it. So a little bit like the pageants. But then there's also bikinis. So I'm having a custom bikini made, custom shoes made. I'm doing walking training with my trainer, Amanda. And by the way, if you are interested in working with Amanda through her app, because I've been getting a lot of questions on like, what workouts am I doing? Can anybody do these? You can reach out to me. You can DM me or you can comment below workouts and I will connect you with my trainer. You don't have to be here locally in Miami. She can do these. She can give you her app that you can use and work with her virtually. So you can do similar workouts that I've been doing if you're interested. So just let me know, comment below and let me know, and then I can connect you with her so you guys can get set up with those workouts. But the workouts are ones that I do in my home. And another question that I got was, what is my home gym setup? The question specifically was, what home gym equipment do I have? So Jared and I, when we moved into our new home, we set up a full gym in our garage. So we have all of the free weights from like 5 pounds up to 60 pounds of the dumbbells. We have a Smith machine. So the Smith machine, you can do so many, different workouts with the different attachments that you have. We have a leg press. I have a Peloton tread. I have a Peloton bike. I've got an ab machine. And then, like I said, the free weights and bands. Bands are really, really good too. Bosu balls, yoga blocks for different like positioning or like elevated raises, things like that. So that's the equipment that I have. But if you are using, like for instance, my trainer's app, she can put on there the equipment that you have. Bands, free weights, cardio machines, running outside. Like there's so many different ways that you can you can play with how to get these workouts in. It doesn't have to be just from machines, which is great because you can do it anywhere, anytime with any amount of equipment. So that was another question that I got about my home gym and like what I was using and the equipment. So I would say if you have bands and free weights, or if you just have a membership to a gym, you could totally do that there as well. So another question that I got was about the supplements that I'm taking. And I'm going to do an entire other video on the supplements that I'm taking because I want to go in detail about why I'm taking them, what they are, and how they're helping me. So for now, what I'll tell you is stay tuned for the next video, because the next video I'll be sharing with you the supplements that I'm taking, the vitamins, and really like the preparation that I'll be taking now that I'm taking now and leading up to peak week and the actual competition. Okay, so I think those are all of the questions for now. I wanted to keep this short and sweet and around a half an hour so you guys could get all the details from the macros to the workouts to the timing and the meal plans and all the things. And it sounds like a lot, but what I will tell you is once you get these new habits down, just like anything else, it really does become second nature and fun and exciting and challenging all wrapped in one. So, my challenge for you today is to go out and do something that is outside of your comfort zone, that scares you a little bit, that's exciting, but that's going to stretch you into the newest version of yourself. And don't forget to enter the giveaway, the Sour Sop giveaway. Subscribe to the channel, comment below, subscribed or I subscribed. Either one of those will count for the Sour Sop gummies and the boost pumpkin, apple, chocolate. Oh, so good. So good. So, like I said, we'll be going over all of the nutrients and the supplements and the vitamins in the next video. But for now, leave the rest of your questions below. Maybe we'll do a part 2 here. I love this. This is so exciting. I love answering all your questions. As always, make sure you go out and slay your day.